What's your problem?
Liam.
What's wrong with Liam?
You said I have a small head.
Your head is very nice.
Whatever.
Ready? Everyone shut the hell up. Welcome, adventurers, back to Scholars and Skeletons. We're getting into episode number 5. If you remember from last episode, our characters entered into Evening Fall after meeting the boy wonder Pip God, after helping him out in the tavern before by accidentally knocking out the guard while you guys were fighting him, one of the Knight's Guard, and you ended up hog-tying the guard, sort of interrogating him, and
I think
sort of. I mean, it was a pretty good interrogation.
Yeah, what did you get out of him?
We know why I am.
That he committed treason.
Yeah, that's all
So
I
he
really
says.
wanted to know.
Just by signing someone's thing. And then that he slaughtered a whole town.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all we really needed to know.
Fair enough.
We confirmed that what the kid said was true.
Yeah.
So Pip told you guys that the entire town of Evening Fall was slaughtered by both Brotherhood and what seemed like Knights Guards that had a different agenda. And wanting to see this for yourself, you rested in the woods after killing the King's Knight, and entered into the town of Evening Fall, where you just saw a bunch of dead bodies. And then while we ended the last episode, I did tell you that there were a bunch of what sounded like directional yelling, someone urgently telling people to go somewhere. That's farther off in the distance. You can't really see that where you're entering into Evening Fall. So let me go over and just describe everything right now. Real quick, I noticed that I did not describe Pip in the last episode. He is a 4'10", 16-year-old kid, so really short for his age. He's wearing raggedy clothes, but it looks like he kind of stitched them together and threw on some any sort of padding that he could find. So a piece of wood that was the top of a barrel carton that he put underneath his clothes as a sort of type of armor. He does have a sword at his side, a short little cape going down the back with a hood on it, and he's got it's not pale green, it's a little bit of a darker green hood. The tan brown kind of close to it with the stitching and patching to it, and then you can see kind of like where the wood underneath it protrudes. And then he does have a leather-bound belt with a raggedy, the sword looks like it needs some sharpening, but he has that. And he carries a little satchel at his side that looks like it's just big enough to fit a book. And then he's just wearing more patched up leather pants with small black boots on his feet.
What does his hair look like?
He is kind of like
I just need a picture of this guy.
No, I got you. He's dirty blonde with it's kind of like slicked back to the side, kind of like an undercut. So shaved on the sides, longer on the top, slicked back on the top. And
At an angle.
looks yeah. But as you enter into Evening Fall, like I said, bodies everywhere. But when you walk through this entrance, the Blood Bowl arena is right there. And you can see the shops that have been burned down from previously when you first left. And then you can see as the bodies are kind of scattered, it looked like some people tried to bury some of the bodies. Some people looked like they were burning the bodies. There's a pile. And then, like I said, yelling in the distance.
But we don't see any of these.
You don't see anybody moving around.
Okay.
Right now, where you're standing.
But we heard the people.
You heard the urgent yelling.
Helm, you hear that? I think we should head that way.
Yeah. Do we know what direction they're coming from?
It sounds like it's right on the other side of the arena.
Alright. Step alive though, or look alive because
Alive.
we look alive because we don't know exactly what we're stepping into right now.
Come on, Pit! I grab him by the hand and we just bolt in front of him.
Okay, you kind of just drags along.
I have my shield. I have my shield ready, sword still sheathed, but hands near it.
Okay, as you stumble out of the bushes / kind of walkway that you were following. So where are you guys heading over to the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the voice is coming from.
Okay, so you see around turning the corner of the arena, you see a bunch of townspeople lined up. A lot of them crying and just terror, holding their kids, real close, not even letting the older kids walk by themselves. Like 10, 12-year-olds are being picked up and carried by their parents out of the town. Everyone's terrified. You see two shorter guards, around maybe barely 5 foot, wearing the king's armor, and he's kind of like, they're directing and they're like trying to calm some of the citizens and telling them, like, get in the carriage. The carriage will take you to the shore and we'll ship you off to the mainland. The king will have everything worked out for you. And people are crying, asking what happened, why was this going on, and you just hear responses of, some of the knights had their own plans. We didn't know what was happening. And as you take a look around, you do see some knights, some of the guards that are laying on the ground
And
dead.
these people within walking distance?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
a
so I
couple
walk up
yards away.
to one of the closest ones, and I'm like, what
People
exactly?
or guards?
Guards.
Okay.
I go, what exactly happened here?
Well, the Brotherhood came in after the Blood Bowl started and started taking out some of the innocent people. So some of the guards stepped in. As soon as we started fighting, the champions out of the Blood Bowl came out, started helping us fighting. And then more and more of the Brotherhood members came in, and they were just too strong for all of us. The fighters, they seemed way more advanced and better than us. Whether we were fighting, their styles were way different than what we've seen. But they started taking us over, and then some of the guards started killing innocent people. So some of us here, and he gestures to the 3 other guards that are standing around him, like calming, directing people onto, and you can see these horse-drawn carriages, very large, maybe fitting 20, 30 people in at a time. And you see, as you look down, you see a pathway, and down that pathway you can see just in the distance, barely, a shoreline, and some of the, I forget what the smaller boats are called. They could take them to a main boat.
Dinghies?
Sure.
I don't know.
And
Do these guys want to kill me too?
they don't seem to have any.
Okay.
Alright, well, we met one of the guards that were slaughtering people here. We had to take care of them.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason he followed us to another city because I participated here in this Blood Bowl, and we tried to get away during the bloodshed. We helped what we could, but we had to get out of here. We got away, and then that fella followed us, and we had to take care of him.
He's a big fella.
He was about as tall as me, maybe just an inch taller.
I took him down, by the way. No biggie.
Sure you did. Yeah.
But anyways,
So yeah.
You think I'm lying?
He was.
why? So I mean, are we in any type of trouble? Because I mean,
All right.
we just took him down because we heard that he was slaughtering civilians.
So it's all right. It's all right. We've right now got this under control. If you guys just want to get in line, we'll get you guys on the boat. We're shipping everyone to the mainland. You're going straight to the capital, and we'll take care of everything from there.
Well, forgive me, sir, for not exactly trusting any Kingsguard at the moment, but I don't think we'll be getting on any boat to go to the mainland. Why is it that you're sending these people to the mainland?
This little continent that we're on. Who knows how many other turned guards there are? We're just trying to get everyone into the main city, so that way we have our most trusted knights around all of these people. Evening Fall is one of our more glorious towns here, and we're just trying to keep everyone safe.
Can I roll to see if he's like full of shit?
Go for it.
I'm gonna
What am I adding?
grab Helm by the
Insight.
arm
So +2.
and tell him I don't think going to the mainland's such a bad idea.
8.
I
How do you think he's?
have a
Don't
bad
say.
name for myself, and I want to find out why.
Yeah, but these Kingguards are out after you. We don't really want to go towards the mainland.
I don't see
And I'm sorry, but I have a slight distrust of these Kingsguard right now.
Well, I'm not okay with staying here and having a bad name for myself.
I mean,
I've done nothing wrong.
the way I look at it, they might need some help, kind of driving out some of these bad eggs, figuring out what's behind them and what's turning them to be so evil.
But do you think we could do that here, or could we do it better on the mainland?
Well, here's where we noticed it. I mean, we go towards the mainland. Who knows? Maybe there's something wrong with the king. If that's the case, then we're going right into his hands.
We should ask Pip.
So Pip, as you guys are talking, Pip walks over to Havok and kind of like pulls on his shirt to kind of get your attention. He's like, maybe we should just go along with it. You all seem like skilled fighters. I mean,
Well, Pip,
if anything happens, then
apparently you
we
think
got
Jargon's
this.
more of a skilled fighter than I am.
Well, yeah.
But even if that wasn't
look
the
at his fighting.
case-
He has won almost every Blood Bowl to date. He's a great fighter.
I think he's got you mixed up, dude.
Even if that wasn't the case, doesn't matter how skilled of fighters we are. If we're going up against a whole battalion of Kingsguard, we're not going to stand a chance. Now, if we're walking into a trap, we're all going to die.
But what if they're just trying to help people out, though?
I don't know if I trust this king, but I think we have to take a risk here, Helm.
And even if this is a trap, wouldn't you want to at least try to defend all of these people getting on these boats?
Think of all the gold.
Not now, Havok.
So what's your decision, Helm? Are you coming with us?
I mean, are you really gonna stay behind?
Sounds like the DM really wants me to go on this boat.
Pip looks around. What DM? What's a DM?
That was out of character.
He talks to himself.
Yeah.
Jargon would go. Yes.
Dragon probably would go.
Well, in that case, I'm not going. No. All right. I guess I'm not just gonna stay behind by myself. All right, we'll go.
I think you're making the right decision, Helm. All right, then we're gonna get in line and let the guard take us to the boats.
I pull
Alright.
Helm aside and I go.
Choo choo.
It's a boat,
Who's
not a train,
Jargon?
buddy.
I go.
Inside joke. It's okay.
Who's Jargon?
Motherfucker, the one you tried to kill me.
Oh, him. Okay.
So you guys get in line. You're behind a bunch of other townsfolk. You start getting loaded up onto these carts. You guys get loaded onto the last bit. So you're in the line, last bit to get onto these carts. And as you two hop on, Helm, you go to step up onto the cart, and the guard is like, "Mister," and he kind of like motions to talk to you real quick. He's walking towards you too. He's not trying to pull you away.
I take
completely.
a step forward. I'm like, yes, sir.
He's like, "We lost a few of our Knights Guard. We were just wondering if you could maybe help protect these people if anything happens."
I'll step in, do what I can, but I won't leave the side of my companions here.
That's all right. Yeah, if you just want to follow the cart with the other knights here, they'll.
Now, is the cart separate from what these guys are going into?
No. So you want to go get up on this cart. This cart's loaded with, like I said, 20 to 30 people.
Okay.
With another knight on the.
So you want me to stay on
Range.
the outside protecting?
Yes. So there's two other guards.
Yeah, I can
three
do
other
that.
guards. One's in front of you. All right, and so you guys start making your way down. The journey does not take very long. Although, about halfway down, Helm, you're following.
Halfway down towards the shore.
Yeah. So you can see the shoreline pretty clearly now. Halfway down, you black out, and the cart just keeps going. You hear the cart keep going, but you just
Do we notice this or no?
no. So you guys
Are you sure?
are on. There's a lot of people on the cart.
Okay.
So yeah, Helm, you black out.
Okay.
You two get off.
What pit?
So we just leave Helm?
Yeah, so you guys kept going on the cart. So you get off. You're at the shore.
Do we know that he was walking beside it though?
You knew that the guard pulled him off to the side
But we don't know.
and was like, "Hey, can you protect the cart?" But you don't know what happened to him after that. So you're at the shoreline. People are getting off. You're kind of like looking around, wondering where Helm's at because you thought he was following the cart, protecting it. don't see him at all. You see other guards kind of directing people onto the dinghies, and then you see the boat.
The little
off in
tiny
the
boats?
distance. Yeah. You see a bunch of other boats.
I'm gonna yell for him. I'm gonna say, Helm! Helm, are you there?
And one of the guards walks up to you. He's like, "Are you looking for someone?"
Yeah, we had a friend with us. He was a tall man. He had some armor on.
He probably already got on one of the dinghies.
He was right behind us. He couldn't have gotten on already.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. If you just want to go ahead and get on the dinghies, get to the boat, we can go ahead and
say
do the.
I told you so, but
We can go ahead and do a head count once we're there. If we're missing anybody, we'll send some guards back to look for him.
I think we should wait for him. I don't know about that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear
Okay.
you.
So, Havok, Grimlick said that you guys should stay behind and wait for Helm.
What?
Grimlick said you guys should stay back and wait for Helm.
I mean, he's probably on a boat.
He was behind us. He couldn't be on a boat yet.
The boat's right there.
I see the boat, and he's not on it.
You've got some good eyesight there.
The boat's pretty far off in the distance. You guys are just getting on dinghies.
Let's ask Pip. Pip, what do you think?
I thought he meant the dinghies.
Oh,
That's-
no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, he meant like the boat.
No, okay.
Let's ask Pip. Pip, what do you think?
I thought he might just be back there with the Knight's Guard. Might be helping out, getting the last few people on the boat. On the carriage.
We should wait for the last people to get on, and then we'll get on the dinghy.
Fine.
So, a few, like an hour or two passes by. Well, there's a lot of people coming from this town. Like a lot of people died, but there were a lot of people who were still trying to get online or onto these carriages. So as they're loading these last people up, the sun is starting to set on the waters. You can see the boats reflecting off of leaving a huge shadow against the ocean. And the last few people hop off a carriage with the last of the knights following right after in a carriage. And they get on their dinghies. You're standing on the shore.
Are they waiting for us?
They're just, they're like, "You guys coming?"
I suppose we have no choice but to go and hope that he made it onto the boat.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
What?
Logically, that's what we would do.
Yeah.
If you're not there.
Okay.
I'm dead.
So you guys get on the last dinghy to set away from shore. As that starts, you get to the big boat. Hundreds of people are standing on this boat's deck. Some of them are going below. Some of them are standing in the deck, the stairs going to the lower deck. Just people scattered all over the boat. Well, you hear them raise anchor, and they set their direction and they start sailing. After about a day's journey, there's knights going around handing off small pieces of bread to each person with a very small cup of water.
Did we just not look for Helm?
If you guys could have gone over it, but you don't.
Okay.
You don't see him on the boat. Then again, there are a lot of people, so there's a chance you could have missed him. He's wearing more armor, mistaken as a guard, one of those things.
I'm sure he would have said something about it.
Two really short people. How tall are you?
I'm like 4 feet tall.
And you're.
I'm 3. Right.
And all these humans are like 5, 6.
All right.
There's only other humans on the boat?
Yeah,
There's
Evening Fall is full of mainly humans.
Okay.
Are they scared of me at all? Because I'm a goblin?
They give you some concerning looks. You see people kind of keeping their hands in their pockets.
That's racist.
But true. It's fair.
And a storm comes in later in the night. As you guys are eating your small pieces of bread, small cup of water, drinking it. You start hitting some rocks and bumps. In the distance, you see a shoreline, but you know that you've not been sailing long enough to hit any sort of land.
Forgot to mention, I don't do well on boats.
You throw up.
No.
Constitution.
Go,
saving throw?
roll me a
Oh my
Constitution saving throw.
gosh.
You said Constitution?
Yeah.
19 plus 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
13.
Yeah. You nailed that. Yeah. You're good. You're keeping it down. Not as bad as when you got poisoned, but you know stomach's a little messed up from this ride. And the waters are really fighting the waters. The boat's not sailing as well as it did when it left the shore. The waters are getting crazy. Rain is pouring down on the boat. It's actually leaving some water behind on
Are
the
the
floor.
guards acting weird?
No, they're walking around to people and you can see them like doing something, but they're all doing their own thing. You hit the shore. You get as close as you can. It's pretty close up. The water here is pretty deep, even closer to the shoreline. You're a couple of yards off, and that's when the guards throw down a deck that hits the land, and they just start heaving people up onto the deck and having them walk down, and having them start to line up on the shores. Well, as they're doing this, there's enough of the guards to keep control of small groups of people at a time. Well, and then you guys get grabbed pretty aggressively and put up onto the board to walk down. The guard starts pushing you down more aggressively than when you first talked to them. And as soon as you hit the sand, there's another guard right there that bounds your hands.
Both of ours?
Yeah.
What about Pips?
Yeah, everyone.
Even all the people?
Yes, all the people who are coming off the boat. Once they hit the land,
I
there's
told you
someone
so.
there.
I look at him.
That's what the DM wanted, bro.
You just made the wrong choice. When I get out of here, you're dead. Your family's dead, and your dogs are dead. Whatever a dog is.
He said, "Oh yeah," and he picks you up by your shirt collar and like throws you towards the.
I
rest
try to
of the
bite
people.
his hand.
Roll me a dexterity because he threw you pretty quick.
14.
Yeah, so you kind of nip his hand, but he throws you still. He's like, "Follow your friend," and he shoves you off to the side.
I can't throw myself.
And as everyone
too hefty for that.
as the guards are lining everyone up, now they're starting to put a rope around everyone's cuffs. People are really concerned, starting to cry again, heavier than what they did when they were leaving Eveningfall. And they're just being shoveled off into the woods of this land. The skies are super dark. It's almost like it's nighttime, but you knew when you set sail, it was still bright out.
Right.
Or it was sun setting, but then it went into the night, but then you saw the sun rising, and that's when the storm came in. And the night skies just turned completely black. Not a single thing shining through. Nothing lit up the land other than the lightning that struck here and there. You're getting this eerie feeling that obviously something's not right.
Right.
Is there a guard right next to me?
There's guards everywhere.
Okay.
There are more guards on this island than there were back in Eveningfall.
Is there like one like close to
You
me?
get
There
this
are-
smug
there
look
are-
off your face.
Ton, like
You're in
I'm not really that smart.
I
'cause
whispered
I'm
to one of the
probably
guards
dead.
next to me.
You're not dead.
quit trying to talk to me. Keep moving.
No, listen.
Why would I listen to you? And he takes the hilt of his sword and hits you on the top of the head.
I go, listen. I am the spy of the king. I
Didn't
help.
phase him at all.
Sure. Keep on walking.
I help. I'm gonna do some intimidation and persuasion. I'm gonna
Well, which one?
All of them.
Both.
both.
Everything.
Yeah, let me just try one of each.
I work for the king, and I'm undercover. You need to untie me right now.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Can I like roll for that?
He uncuffs you.
Oh,
And he
okay.
brings you off to the side. And then he cuffs you again.
Oh.
And he starts beating the shit out of you.
Okay.
Like, go down to 1 health, beating the
Okay,
shit out
okay.
of you.
God.
I told you so.
You can't say that.
And then the same guard walks over and clips the rope back into his with you.
Okay.
And you see that Havok just got messed up.
I'm gonna cure wounds him. Like I'm gonna reach and grab him and use cure wounds on him.
Is that visible?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay, yeah, no, you do it. Guards aren't paying attention.
okay. What do I use?
Oh. but we're gonna beat the shit out of them whenever we get out of here.
It is. Oh, here it is. All
Wait,
right.
do you know what Cure Wounds does?
Yeah, it's 1. I just touch him, and he gets hit points back.
1d8 plus spell casting.
Yeah. So 5, you get 5. Or no, 7. You get 7 back.
Nice. No. Plus
7
4.
plus 1.
Your health, buddy.
All right.
All right, so they start shoveling you into a dark, not chasm, but entryway into a wider, bigger room.
Mm-hmm.
So they start pushing people in, and there's just a shit ton of people here. They're all talking, trying to figure out what's going on. There's nothing else in this little cave than maybe a few torches here and there. Other than that, you just use whatever natural light's coming in from just bouncing off of everything.
So they didn't take our weapons?
No, they bound your hands and
Okay.
just clipped you all together. And
Lazy.
you
It is
take a
lazy.
look around the room, and there's this giant opening that no one is standing on. And as soon as you enter, you start getting pushed up. The guards start pushing you up with their swords. And as soon as you get towards like the front of the group of people, obviously still bound, tangled up with a bunch of others, you hear this humming, this chanting starting. And as soon as that starts, 9 pillars around the central portion light up with red flames.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty badass.
And as soon as this lights up, you see on each side of each of the fire pedestals, you see people wearing a red-purple robe where you can't see their face. They just look like one slender figure, hoods over, blacked face out. Like, can't see anything at all. No features. And they start chanting in a language that you don't quite understand.
What does it sound like?
I can't really describe it to you without it being pretty obvious, but you guys wouldn't know unless you know demonic.
I know Abyssal.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
No.
Demon and demonic.
Well, demonic and abyssal. One's like
Yeah.
demons and one's like
Oh, okay.
devils.
Devils.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a difference between devils and demons.
Why the
Can
option?
Can you cast spells when your hands are bound?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It depends on the spell. It'll normally say like if it just acquires like voice, or if it requires elements, or if it requires voice, elements, or
V and S. If it says VS in
hand
the requirements,
motions. It's VS and C. I think it's components.
material.
Material.
Mm,
You would have to probably look at the
yeah.
the player's
No one
guide.
in D&D does material. I should have put it on there. She's like
No.
VS.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't got any.
Abyssal is the language of demons.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what we hearing?
So as you
What are you
enter,
hearing?
the people start chanting. And
I
you-
also speak Abyssal.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, okay. Convenient.
Yeah.
So you enter into this room, and as soon as the people start chanting,
Pit God. Pit God.
Pit God.
Oh,
and then you see the kid on a stage like rapping.
Oh, Jesus.
so as soon as they start chanting, you hear, like, sacrifice the souls, give them strength, in Abyssal.
I start like bobbing my head.
I
And
think we
as
have to
soon
get outta
as
here.
this happens, you see the torches line a wall. It looks like it goes forever in either direction. And you see the champions that fought in the Blood Bowl hanging cuffed against this wall.
Including me.
And you look forward, and the few torches down the wall, you see Helm chained up. Next
Hey,
to
Helm.
you is Jargon. And then on
Am I
either
still
side of
sleeping?
you,
Am I still
redemption?
no,
passed out?
you're kind of like waking up as you see this also happening.
Why are you looking at me?
And
I'm like struggling against my chains.
yeah, so no,
Who's beside Jargon and Helm?
So it's Helm, Jargon, and then on either side, just a bunch of the other champions.
Do
that
I
fought
still
in
do I
Blood
still have my armor?
Bowl.
on?
Yes.
Yeah.
He notices me though, cause I'm like bright blue. Like I stick out of the crowd.
Yeah. Because you kind of light up.
I go.
You're the shortest one. Okay. So Havok's waving at you.
Havok, help me! You gotta do something, man. Come on, help me.
Sacrifice.
Grimlick! I'm like struggling against the chains.
And then
Wait, what does Pip say when he sees Jargon?
he's like he starts getting like overwhelmed.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh.
And some of the guards actually, as soon as you walk into this room, you don't see any guards at all.
So can we just leave?
No, the door that you came
We're still on the
into-
rope, right? We're
Yeah,
still.
you know what we
you're all
want,
still
right?
bound. You're all still bound rope to each other. Like you're roped to hundreds of people.
Are
in
we
this
like
room.
walking past him, or are we like stop like?
No. So to give you a little bit of perspective, so that you entered this room, and this room stretches for a long ways. They gathered people around this.
Oh, so I could look
the
back and see him.
podiums,
Okay.
and then you see a symbol on the ground. I should describe the symbol. If you've guessed it so far, you can see on the ground is the symbol of Tiamat.
Yeah.
And
The
on
king.
either side, like I said, the walls stretch for it looks like a large room. Torches going all the way down, and champions chained up, following this room.
Tiamat's the king, right?
Tiamat's the goddess
The,
that
okay.
the king follows.
Yeah. Right.
So who are they sacrificing? Us or the
the champions.
champions? Then why are we even here? We need-
And that's when
Sacrifice.
you see one of these smaller figures walk up, and it's one of the human knights that you talked to when you were first leaving the city. And he starts taking off some of his armor, and as he drops it, his form changes into a small dwarf. And underneath, you see the Brotherhood robes. And that's when the Brotherhood and a few of their people also start doing the same thing, taking off their clothes, their armor, and revealing themselves to be Brotherhood members.
At least we're fighting smaller people.
And they start.
Nope, they're still bigger than you.
And they drag the Brotherhood. Few of the Brotherhood people you see start dragging the King's Guard out into the circle, and they drag 10 of these knights, all just wearing what seems like just ragged clothes. They drag these knights into the middle of the circle, and the chanting becomes louder and louder.
I chant with them, like the exact same language too.
And as this happens, the fire starts to grow on its pedestals as the room starts to brighten.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look back at Helm. I'm gonna wink at him. I'm gonna do minor illusion of the king, bare ass naked, runs into the center.
Okay.
But he's 5 feet tall.
Okay. So what's do you gesture? Do you just say
Wait.
a word?
So the 5 foot
I do
cube.
the- I
but
just
can
do
you
it.
like change the cube to be more of a rectangle, but still with the volume of a 5 foot
I think it's-
cube?
I think-
I think
but
if you
smaller?
change the shape of a cube, it's no longer a cube.
No, I think it means
But
like
it's the volume of a 5 foot cube.
valid.
You're just changing where the volume goes.
Okay, but it's 5 foot by 5 foot. Please.
So
Listen,
if
my
he
intelligence is only 9.
So are you saying kind
Stop
of make it like
testing me.
are you
he
making,
fits
like,
inside a 5 foot by
Yeah.
5 foot by 5 foot cube.
So you're saying
Wait, make him
so-
look like a cube?
He just glides.
It's just a glob. It's just a dragonborn glob.
No,
that
I'm gonna
starts
do a
scooting
5
away.
foot tall king, bare ass naked. He's just gonna take off running into the
Okay,
middle.
what do you do? Do you like gesture? Do you move your hands? Do you say something? What do you do?
I go
when you cast
booga
this?
booga.
I thought we weren't allowed to use
Booyah,
spells.
booyah.
Wait.
It's right here. I think I can do it when my hands are bound.
That doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, can I start just working at my hands?
Because I can
and try
create
to
sound.
become
You can
under?
try, but as you do, you start like rubbing against.
I
the
can make
bindings.
sound or
Bindings.
images.
Okay. So it doesn't say in there, but what do you want? Do you just say a word or do you gesture?
I go boog boog, like
Okay.
whisper it.
So you do that, and usually once you say or gesture in some sort of way, you know that you're creating this magical object or this magical sound effect, but nothing happens.
Well, shit.
Not even wild magic.
Not even wild magic?
Not even wild magic.
Wow.
It's gotta be the cuffs.
And
I don't think
the
so.
flames start going brighter and brighter as you see the guards standing there in nothing but a few ragged clothes and a loincloth underneath some pretty short, like, athletic shorts. And you just start seeing them, like, shake and what seems like go into some sort of seizure as blood starts running off their eyes and out of their nose and
dwarves?
their ears. The guards,
The guards.
in the middle of the symbol.
Okay.
As they start shaking and they all drop to the ground, and you can see all of their blood running off into the symbol. And as soon as it fills the symbol, a small pedestal rises out of the star. So if you remember, the symbol of Tiamat is a 5-pointed star in a circle. So out of the middle rises a pedestal, and you can all see this. And it's a little vial.
It's pretty fucking metal.
And and one of the Brotherhood members walks up, grabs it, takes a needle, and sticks it in and draws it out. And he looks like he's walking over to you.
To me?
And he walks, and he's looking at you.
I'm struggling against my chains. I'm
and
trying everything. Can I wait? Am my feet chained?
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I'm trying to kick him.
A room full of champions, they didn't want to think to chain your feet. I mean, the king's not that stupid.
I was trying. I was seeing what I could do.
Even Vince
And
king.
he walks up to you and he flicks and he squirts a little out as it hits the floor.
That's
And
sadistic.
Jargon's like, "Leave him alone. Give it to me." As he's like struggling just as hard as you are, trying to break out. And he looks over and you see the Brotherhood member smirk. And he's like, "All right." And he takes a step over, and you can see, you're all pretty defined looking champions.
We have armor on still,
And you
though.
can no.
Oh, yeah, I thought you
So-
said
well,
we had our
alright,
armor on.
so some people, you
Okay.
still have holes in your chainmail, so they can still see.
Okay.
But
Fine.
if they were going to do this, they removed your upper portion so that way they can see the skin.
Okay.
And so they walked up to Jargon. Jargon barely wears any armor to begin with.
Right.
Yeah, he took his stuff off.
Yeah.
So he looks for a vein, finds it, and he stabs into the vein, and he starts putting whatever liquid this is into Jargon. And you can see him start, like, I don't know how to... like,
Writhing?
Yeah.
Writhing?
Yeah. From
Writhing?
from
I think
the
writhing.
from whatever is being injected into him, and you can physically see his eyes go bloodshot red everywhere except for his pupils,
Stoned as fuck.
and you can see I know I'm not talking bloodshot, I'm talking like red. Like,
Oh, my bad.
you can't see anything, it's just red in his eyes, and his veins
Oh, that's fucked up.
you can actually see them start pumping, and Jargon's already big muscles start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
So Pip's getting like a hard on at this point, right?
No, Pip's kind of just watching. He's interested in what's...
I want some steroids.
He's analyzing. But you can see Jargon trying to, like, pull, and you can hear the cracking from the
Dude.
chains as he starts pulling off.
Could have been out of here if you just manned up and took it.
And then
I don't want poked with a
a
needle.
lot of the...
I'm afraid of needles.
A lot of the guards, the Brotherhood, walks over to... They drag the bodies of the guards off to the side, and you hear something open, and then all you hear is... as it sounds like they're throwing these bodies off somewhere. And
Wait, which bodies?
the knights, the guards
okay.
that were in the
Yeah.
circle. And then they grab a bunch of the townspeople and push them into the circle. And the chanting once again starts getting louder and louder as the fires shoot up 5-6 feet tall, lighting up the room completely as the townspeople start shaking and they start bleeding out their eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and they all drop to the ground, and another vial pops out of the middle.
Dude, they're making like Winter Soldiers.
Okay,
That's
so I'm
what they're
definitely
doing.
trying to get
That's what they're
out.
doing.
Okay, what do you want to do? How do you want to
Try to be a
try?
Winter
So these are
Soldier.
leather
Oh, yeah.
bounds with metals around the sides to kind of reinforce it. And then you're all kind of like clipped in using like a carabiner to a rope.
Okay, so
behind you.
I want to bring the rope down to like my mace and try to like cut it with that.
Where's your mace? Is that your side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're trying to cut the rope, you said, or are you trying to cut the back?
What is like keeping me there specifically? The rope is attaching me to everybody else,
The
right?
rope is attached to
The
everyone
rope,
else,
yeah.
Yes.
But if you cut it in front of you, it'll let me go too. But if you cut behind me,
Yes,
it'll
but
be
you'll
pit.
still be bound. You'll still have
Yeah.
the cuffs on.
Yeah.
So is that what you want to try to do?
I mean, eventually I want to try to get both off, but for now, just the rope, yeah.
Okay, so you have Havok to your one side and what looks like a younger woman to your other, all sitting here watching, terrified, crying, and you kind of pull your bindings down with the rope, and you see, you obviously get tugged to your one side because he's pulling the rope that you're all connected to. As you pull this woman, and she kind of like bumps into you, and she looks at you. Eyes are red from crying, face is puffy. She's crying, and you can see next to her is a little boy who is about 6 years old, who's crying as much as she was. And you pull all these people off to the side, and you try cutting the rope with your mace, and she looks terrified, and she pulls herself and pulls the rope back up.
Hey,
No. Havok, be quiet. If you want your son and you to live, just let me do what I need to do.
So where are we gonna go?
I'll get us out of here. You just have to trust me.
we're heroes. See, do you know who I am? I'm Havok. I'm
Don't
the-
listen to the little one. He's a bit
You walk
delusional.
with a goblin?
Trust me, he knows how to get the job done, and so do I. So if you want to live, you have to trust us.
And she looks down at her son, and looking up with his glossy eyes, he kind of like shakes his head.
We'll do it for free.
They all kind of they all kind of like scoot towards you
Okay.
as it gives you some leeway to cut the rope. So you cut it, and as soon as that happens, everyone kind of feels it loosen up around their cuffs. So what's your next step?
Now, can I do the same thing with... So you said it's on my hands are bound by leather?
Yes, so it's a leather binding around your cuff together, and then there's metal reinforcements going around the top and bottom to kind of keep it stable, so that way you can't stretch the leather at all.
So let's say I grab one of Havok's daggers. Could I cut it with that?
You could
Maybe
cut,
you can cut.
you could cut the
Havok's.
leather, but the metal is also, like I said, there to keep you.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an insurance policy. If you get out of the leather bindings, well, it doesn't matter because there's the metal there that are keeping your hands. So it's basically like you have leather cuffs and then you have metal cuffs on top of that.
Yeah, I don't
But they're
know.
not heavy. They seem to be thin iron wires. Just like I said, just to reinforce.
Okay, well then I'm going to roll for perception to see if there's any possible way out of this place.
Okay.
Can I roll for perception while he's doing that for to wonder why my magic's not working?
Yeah, you can go. Give me an Arcana check, actually.
He's under intelligence.
I got a
Yes,
14 in my
here.
perception.
Okay. So whatever way you came out of was blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You're not very good with the
only
magics.
know of one other place, and that's wherever they're throwing the bodies down after they use it. That's the only known places, known exits, or like ways ins, or maybe exits out of this place. Because like I said, this extends a huge amount. Like not even all the people are filling up the rooms.
Now, are there any of these Brotherhood members that are not... Like, where are they at?
Okay, so you have Brotherhood members lining the walls with them. You actually do see some Knights Guards too, but you can see
That they're...
underneath that they're
Yeah.
also brother, because
Are
most
there-
of the Knights Guards are either humans or Dragonborns, which you haven't seen any Dragonborns yet on this island, but none of them were dwarves.
Are there any on their own?
Any of the Brotherhood members?
Yeah.
Well, there is, like I said, when you first got to this island, a lot of guards.
Right.
But like I said, you can kind of.
I don't mean like on
We
their-
can tell which
like-
ones are real and which ones
like
are
not with the group against the wall. I mean,
Okay, so you're asking if there's any Brotherhood members against the wall of the champions, or
I thought you
against
said
the
they
other
were all
side?
against the wall.
So they're lining everywhere. They're in between some of the people, and they're
Okay.
kind of grouped up together.
Okay.
So you have a group of 4 Brotherhood members here to kind of keep the crowd, or like their prisoners around them, there and calm, and like to keep them, so that way they're not getting rowdy and getting other people excited. So that way they can control the crowd. So there's a lot of Brotherhood members around here.
By the way, if the lucky number was 6, I do not know.
Okay. You just know that there's some sort of magic dampening. That's up to you whether you know or not. Your intelligence is really low.
No, I do not.
Okay. You're just like, what the hell?
Can we get to Helm without being spotted?
You have to cross the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm still struggling against my chains.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of, going back over to Helm. So these people, the townspeople, just died as the vial got raised out of the ground. They once again took the vial, and they walk up to you this time. And
I'm still struggling. I'm like, no!
okay, so as you start struggling, another one of the Brotherhood members who isn't holding the
Syringe.
and he comes up and he just jabs you right in the side as hard as he can to kind of like punch you, so that way you're there, you were struggling, but he wanted to kind of
Nope, I still struggle.
knock you out. Okay, give me a Constitution. See if you're still struggling.
16.
Okay, yeah, so you're still struggling a little bit.
Is the guy walking up to him with the syringe?
He's already there.
Can I try to shoot him with my crossbow?
Whoa, dude.
That's right, you do have your crossbow on you.
Yeah.
And he can move his hand freely for the most part. I mean, his hands are together, but he can still.
I can
Yeah.
double hand my.
So is this also at your side? You're just
Mhm.
reaching down.
Mhm.
How are you loading it?
I'll load it for you if you ask me to.
It is like a hand crossbow, so it's small. So you don't need like a big range of movement to load it. So I'm
So
gonna.
you're saying from here, holding it like this, you can still load it.
Well, I can like set it on the ground and like pull it back, or, like hold it between my feet and pull it back.
Might grab too much attention.
Roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Or sleight of hand, or some sort. I think that's the same thing.
You're a dwarf,
yeah.
buddy.
Hey, I'm a good dwarf. 10.
Okay. So as you bring out your crossbow and you go to load it, one of the Brotherhood members walks by, and so you said you set it down to kind of load it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you set it down, he kicks it towards the middle. So he walked by and he saw you loading it, and he kicks it towards the middle of where all the dead bodies are now from the ritual. And
Damn it.
he notices that you're no longer attached to a rope. So he grabs you and Havok.
Wait, how does he
I'm
see
gonna
me?
Fight back.
You're right next to him.
Yeah, fine.
I'm gonna
In
fight
your
back.
bright
So
blue.
a few more come over.
I'm gonna fight all of them. I don't give a.
Yeah, can
don't
I
give
pull
a
him
So
out,
crap,
you're
dude.
thrashing. You're both thrashing, trying to attack. So you try to pull out your dagger, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So you go to pull out your dagger, and they kind of knock it away from you because you're just holding it like this. So they're kind of at their mercy.
Well,
and
I was
they
thinking
push-
more of like that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. You might get one of them starts bleeding.
I would be
Yeah.
like, nick 'em.
You do that. He starts bleeding, and the other Brotherhood member grabs him and throws that guy into the ritual circle. And then more Brotherhood members come up to you guys and push you to the circle. They grab the woman that was at your side, throw her and her child into the circle. And they grab a bunch of the other kids and they kick them into the circle.
Dude,
And
come
then
on.
chanting starts.
They don't throw us in the circle though.
No, you got thrown in the circle.
I chant with. No, I'm just kidding.
They got thrown in the circle?
Yeah. The
Come on, dude, you gotta fight out somehow.
The members saw that they.
About
Can I
to
do a
die.
strength check against these chains?
So as the chanting starts
I'm gonna
up
start
again,
just praying, bro. Praying to be here. My God, be here.
Can I try to do magic real quick? Why they're
Yeah, you're
pushing me?
just like the god of
you
luck,
can try
right?
to do it again
No.
if you start
What is
doing
it?
this. If you use any
It's
sort
like
of
the
spell,
god
it is
of,
going to burn a spell slot.
It's gonna burn. What? No, they're all cantrips.
Okay, if they're
meditation
distracted,
order.
you can still try.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on.
How's that supposed to help us?
I don't know.
Hang on one sec. Let me
The
just-
lame god.
So you start doing that, try to get yourself out of this situation. We're gonna go back to Helm for one more second. So a few of the guards come up, and you got a few of them on you now, pinning you up against this wall. As the one, punches you a few times in the stomach. The one with the syringe is like punched you a few times, and as soon as he
I keep
punched
moving.
you,
I keep moving.
one more, he saw a vein pop out,
No, I keep moving.
and he stuck the syringe into you
No.
as he injected
I won't
the
do it.
fluid.
No.
As you start,
Oh, he missed the vein.
you start.
He missed the vein. Come on, I moved.
And you start thrashing, and you just feel this anger.
Oh, I'm pissed. that's for sure. I'm pissed.
Everything starts going through your head. The fact that you don't know your father. The fact that
Dude, Bane's
That-
gonna come out of nowhere.
that you
That hit home, all right.
so the fact that you don't even know who your dad is. Your stepfather hated you, beat you all the time. Your mother had to step in and save you. You never thought that you were strong enough
Get
to
a little
fight
personal.
off
Still isn't, apparently.
to fight off these demons that haunt your life.
And you
The
just-
fact that you lost the Blood Bowl. Innocent people have died because you weren't there for them.
All right, I'm gonna try to break out of these
and you
chains
see
right
Pip,
now.
You see Pip.
Your eyesight, you see everything go red.
Yep, I'm trying to break out of my chains.
What does he look like?
So you're looking at Helm, and his armor just from underneath starts cracking.
Hey, while this is happening, I don't know if it'll do much, but can I do my detect magic spell?
You can try. That's kind of like the same thing as using your Arcana, because detect magic is you're sensing some form of magic.
And then it says like if I sense any magic, I can learn from it. I can learn it.
Yeah, but this is using his actual spellcasting ability instead of just Arcana, which he doesn't have any of.
Yeah. So it's
Won't
if
work.
it's still a magic based ability, it's still gonna fizzle.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's right.
I just
If
wanted
it's-
to try.
If it's shortening out his magic, it's not gonna work. That's right, because that's a spell.
So the first time his Arcana, he was trying to figure out what was dampening, like what made his magic
Yeah.
not happen, and now he's trying to learn what type of magic is happening, and that would use his spells. So, Helm. Well, we'll go back to you guys. You start.
I mean, it's not really. I'm sorry.
You
It's,
feel your body starts tightening up,
Yeah,
and
'cause
you see
that's a
Helm.
spell.
okay.
And
As-
whatever's in this room is cutting off all your spells.
Okay.
As Helm's armor starts kind of opening out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. I want to do that.
And his parts of his armor, his chainmail, which is usually loose around his body to kind of protect him, actually the chains on him start pulling apart. Helm, you do pull yourself loose against the chains.
Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
And you bust yourself out. And you see these people in the middle of the circle.
No, the guards that stuck me with the syringe.
And
I'm
you just
pissed
want
at
to
them.
kill them.
No, the guards that stuck me with the syringe.
All
I want
these
to kill
people
them.
in this room.
But aren't we having a seizure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want to kill everyone who's in that circle right now.
No, that's awesome.
What?
That's awesome.
No, I
don't
want to
care
kill
what
the
it
guards.
As you bust out of your chains,
Might as well pull Jargon out with you.
Wait, did
Jargon busts out too.
Yeah, but I burst out first, right? Come on.
So where's this circle or the hole that they dropped the bodies in?
As the fires start getting hot and you start kind of
Like, is it-
seizing up,
Yeah.
you see the fires get so high it starts lighting up one side of the wall, and one of the Brotherhood members you can see has a hatch that opened up below, and they just are tossing these bodies down. So as you're seizing up, you see that.
So like I can't move right
Your
now.
vision, well, you can
Can you
kind of, but you can't really do too much.
That
Your
helps me.
vision starts getting
Oh,
blurry.
yeah.
Havok's yours too. Starts fading out. Everything is being doubled. And yeah, Helm, you and Jargon bust out of your chains. You see him bust out first. That makes you even more angry, but not at him, at the people in the middle. and you charge. And some of the Brotherhood members tried to stop you from interfering with the actual...
If anyone tries to stop me, I'm cutting them. I'm killing them.
And you run through 10 people in the circle. You mow them all down, knocking them out. The fire's lower. Chanting stops. People start talking. And you notice that there are other champions down the walls that have already been injected with this serum. And are already starting to thrash out. But, like I said, they're not at the people who are running or chanting. They're not going after the Brotherhood. They're going after the people in the chains. So you start hearing screaming in this
Good thing they're not in chains.
room as everyone who is left in Evening Fall is just being slaughtered. And Helm, you're one of them. You see yourself pull your sword from your side, and you bring your sword down, cutting the woman that was at your side.
Oof.
Throwing your sword into her child.
Oh no!
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude.
Like I said, the chanting stops.
Can he not stop? Does he know he's
And
doing?
Helm looks at you guys.
Does the seizures stop?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do like a will check. I can't do anything.
No.
World
What the
Star.
fuck?
And he looks at Havok.
You pissed me off. You pissed me off on a normal day.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And he comes at you. Start initiative. Roll.
Oh no! Come
You're
on.
also fighting against Jorgen.
Oh my god.
Good thing I asked about that, 'cause I'm gonna need it.
Y'all are screwed. I got a 14.
Okay.
9.
I also got a 14.
And I'm a protector, so I protect Jargon.
That's awesome.
Helm, what'd you get?
14.
Grimlick?
14.
Whose dex is higher?
Probably
Is.
is. Mine's 12.
Mine's 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put.
I think it's 10.
Jargon. Okay.
Are we still
So-
bounded?
Helm.
And you guys are bound. Oh god.
Helm.
With no magic.
This is your first move.
I mean, I'm already going to Havok. I'm going to wait. I don't have a shield.
No, you just
Okay.
have your sword.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I guess I don't know. Tell me what I'm doing, because I'm not in my right mind, so I don't know what I'm doing.
No, this is you.
No, it's not me.
Yes, it is. This is Helm, enraged by all the things that made him angry.
No. But I would not do this. This is not
Pip in
me.
the circle with this?
Yeah, Pip was pushed into the circle.
Dude, I gave
always go
Jargon
for
a
Pip.
sword to kill you for gold.
Yeah,
You
I'm
were-
trying to kill Havok.
You were worth 5 pieces of gold.
22.
He's at 1 health.
No, I got
he healed him. He did heal
But
him.
his damage is gonna literally kill him.
7.
11.
Alright.
Okay, so real quick.
So I'm not even like slashing at him, but I hit him in the head with the hilt of my sword, and I just knock him out.
Okay, all right.
And then I turn towards Pip.
Okay, so real quick. Setting the rest of the scene. Helm breaks out of his chains and charges towards the people in the middle. Slaughtering the woman first and her child, and then turning to Havok. Knowing how pissed off and devious this little devil of a goblin could be. Knowing that he got him stabbed, and the fact that he lost the Blood Bowl was because of you. So Helm takes out his sword out of the child and turns towards you, full force run, takes you out on the side of the head with his hilt, and you fall to the ground, blood pouring into Tiamat's symbol. As Wolverine style, you kind of throw your sword off the side, throwing blood off onto the signet on the floor, as your focus goes onto Pip, and you charge at him. And that's what will stop the episode.
No. Oh no.
I'm sorry, guys.
You didn't have to do that though.
I didn't have a choice.